Hi friends, welcome to Uma's lectures. Today we are going to concentrate about Visual Basic. Let me see what is Visual Basic first. So this is the course outline, getting started with VB 6.0, programming environment, working with forms. What is Visual Basic? So Visual Basic is an ideal programming language for developing sophisticated professional application for Microsoft Windows. It makes use of graphical user interface for creating robust and powerful applications. The graphical user interface, as the name suggests, uses illustrations for text which enable users to interact with an application. This feature makes it easier to comprehend things in a quicker and easier way. In a GUI environment, the number of options open to the users are much greater, allowing more freedom to the user and the developer. So features such as easier comprehension, user friendliness, faster applications developments, and many other aspects such as introduction to ActiveX technology and internet features make Visual Basic an interesting tool to work with. History of Visual Basic. So, Visual Basic was developed by Alan Cooper, an American scientist in the late 1970s, and sold to Microsoft, and it was developed from the programming language BASIC. Stands for Beginners All Purpose Symbolic Instruction Code. So, let me see an environment of Visual Basic. So, if we have to go to the Visual Basic environments, we have to do the steps to go to the environments. So first of all, we have to click on Start button and then select Programs and select Microsoft Visual Basic Visual Studio 6.0 and click on Microsoft Visual Basic 6.0 and click on Opens. So after clicking on these, you can able to see or review this environment, what I have shown here. So next, what is an integrated development environments? Actually, one of the most significant changes in Visual Basic 6.0 is the integrated development environments, that is IDE. So IDE is a term commonly used in the programming world to describe the interface and environments that we use to create our applications. It is called integrated because we can access virtually all of the development tools that we need from one screen called an interface. The IDE is also commonly referred to as the designing environments or the programs. Here, the Visual Basic IDE is made up of number of components, that is menu bar, toolbar, project explorer, properties windows, form layout window, toolbox, form designer, object browser. Let me see one by one. So menu bar. So menu bar, it is the one of the menu bar displays the commands that are required to build an applications. The main menu items have some sub-menu items that can be chosen when needed. Here I have shown some of the toolbar button and also the menu equivalent buttons. Next one is toolbox. The work of the toolbox is the toolbox contains a set of controls that are used to place on a form at design time, thereby creating the user interface areas. There are different types of controls are available in the toolbox. If we need to add the tool controls, we can add from the components menu. So otherwise, we can use the controls what we are need to develop an applications. From here itself, we can use it. So for example, pointer. So the work of pointer helps to move and resize the controls and forms. Another one is label box. The label box displays a text that the user cannot modify or interact with it. Next one is frame box. The frame control serve as a visual and functional container for controls. Actually, it is called as one of the containers. We can place all the controls inside the frame box and we can able to move wherever we like. on the applications or a form. Next one is checkbox. The checkbox displays a true or false or yes no option. Next one is combo box. Combo box contains a text box and a list box. This allows the user to select an item from the drop down list box or to type a selection in the text box. Then horizontal scroll bar and vertical scroll bar controls allow the user to select a value within the specified range of values. Then timer. The timer controls executes timer events at specified intervals of time. Then directory list box. It allows the user to select directories and paths which are displayed. Then shape control. The shape controls adds a shape, that is a rectangle, square or circle to a form. Then image. The image control is used to display icons, bitmaps, metafiles, etc. Then OLE control. The OLE control is used to link or embedded an object. OLE means object linking and embedding. It displays and manipulates data from other Windows based applications. Then picture box. The picture box helps to display icons, bitmaps and metafiles. It displays text or acts as a visual container for other controls. Then text box. It is a control used to display message and enter text. Then command buttons. The command buttons carries out the specified action when the user chooses it. The option button. Next one is option button. The option button, otherwise called as a radio button, and it is a part of an option group, allows the user to select only one option even if it displays multiple choices. Then list box. The list box control displays the number of items. Then drive list box displays the valid disk drives and allow the user to select one of them. Then file list box. The file list box control displays a set of files from which a user can select the desired one. Then line control draws a straight line to the form. Then data control is enable the user to connect to an existing database and displays information from it. Next one is Project Explorer. The Project Explorer is ducked on the right side of the screen. Just under this toolbar is the Project Explorer windows. It serves as a quick reference to the various elements of a project, namely form, classes and modules. Then properties windows. The property window is ducked under the Project Explorer window. The properties window exposes the various characteristics of selected objects, and each and every form in an application is considered as an object. Then object browser. The object browser allows us to browse through the various properties, events and methods that are made available to us. It is accessed by selecting object browser from the view menu or by pressing the F2 key. Properties, methods and events. All the controls in the toolbox except the pointer or objects in Visual Basic. These objects have associated properties, methods and events. Real world objects are loaded with objects. Example, the property is a named attribute of a programming objects, and it defines the characteristics of an object such as size, color, etc. Or times the way in which it behaves. For example, text box accept the properties such as enable, font, color, multi-line, visible, width, height, etc. So enable properties allows the text box to be enabled or disabled, and the font properties sets a particular font in the text box, and visible property is used to hide the object at runtimes. Next one is method. A method is an action that can be performed on objects. For example, a cat is an object. Its properties might include long white hair, blue eyes, etc. So similarly, in object-oriented programming, a method is connected or built-in procedure or a block of code that can be invoked to impart some action on a particular object. For example, the word move has no meaning in Visual Basic, but it performs some actions. For example, the text box control has some associated methods such as refresh, set focus, etc. The refresh method enforces a complete repaint of the control or a form. For example, text 1 dot refresh. It refreshes the text box. Then next one is the set focus. The set focus method moves the focus to the control. For example, text 1 dot set focus sets the focus to text box control text 1. Then event driven programming or events. The Visual Basic programs are built around events. Events are various things that happen in programs. In procedural language, a written application is executed by checking for the program logically through the program statements one after another. So event is nothing but it is an action. For example, there are various events such as change event, click event, mouse move event, and many more in the properties drop down list in the code window. That is actually if the code entered in the change event, it fires when there is a change in the contents of the text box. And the click event fires when the text box control is clicked. And the mouse move event fires when the mouse is moved over the text box. Then working with forms. Normally in Visual Basic has several different types of objects. A form is one of the most basic objects in the application is in application development. A form is a window that contains an application code and has other objects placed on it to create the user interface. So default form is form 1, 5 in each new projects. We can setting form properties. So any Visual Basic applications programs uses the form to gather input from the users and to display the output informations to the user. Consequently, it is necessary to identify this window as clearly and definitely as possible by assigning property to it. There are few special properties to the form. For example, border style. So forms can have a variety types of borders. The borders that are available are listed here. So that is sizable, 0 for none, 1 for fixed single, and 2 for sizable, and 3 for fixed dialogues. So we can choose any border style what we are using for our applications. Next one is caption. The title for the window is stored in the caption properties. So we can change the caption name. Then next one is control box. The control box actually it determines it's available by clicking the minimum button, maximum button, and close buttons, whether it should be visible on the form or not. We can, by using this control, can be able to identify that. Next one is icon. So then like that icon, mouse pointer, max button, MDI child, min button, movable, and next one is a startup positions. This is the properties that introduced in the Visual Basic. So if we need to position your windows, you can pick a starting position from this drop down menus. There are choices are available here, that is 0 for manual, and center owner for 1, and center screen for 2, and 3 for Windows default. So if we are choosing manual means any positioning must be done in the layout windows. Sometimes if the center screen must be appeared on the applications, the form must be appeared on the center place. So the form should be shown in the center of the screens. We have to choose the center screens. Otherwise we can able to choose the Windows default. It's designed where the form should be shown. Then displaying the forms. So it describes about displaying and loading a form objects. Then show methods, that is a form one dot show. So this will used to display the form. So otherwise it will be normally it will displays the show methods can be used to display the form objects. To display the forms we can use to this method. Using the hide methods, if we need to hide the particular forms we can use this method, hide methods. And using the unload statements, the load statements normally using the load statement is used to load a forms, and the hiding or the unloading forms will used to hide them or removes the forms from the display and releases it from the memory. Then using the unload event, so it is used to verify that the form should be unloaded or to some specific actions that have to take place when the form is unloaded. Then setting runtime and design time properties. So many properties can be set at either design time and also run times. At design time, the controls are added to a project, then the properties set and the relevant code is written. During run times, we examine our program in action just as the end user will eventually see it. For example, to set a property at design times, so we have to use these steps. First we have to select the particular controls, then activate the properties windows, then scroll to the properties, and you want to set and select its name and enter a new settings. So this these steps we have to follow. So thanks for watching my channel. So don't forget to subscribe and share. Thank you.